So, how to build wealth, part 6. The infamous, the dastardly, the destructive, the money-sucking credit cards. Let's talk about them. Credit cards, if only people knew how evil these companies really are. Hold on just a second. These companies are so ruthless that it's unbelievable. They advertise like you would not believe. They're the most advertised thing on the planet, credit cards. And all they are is the middle incomes, payday loans, car dealerships where you buy here, pay here with huge interest rates. That's what they are. They're pawn shops for the middle class. Basically, you are borrowing money ahead of time and with their card, and at the end of the month, you're supposed to pay it. Well, it does not work out that way. Number one is because research has been done by the Dave Ramsey group that with credit cards, you spend 70% more money. You spend more money because the pain receptors in your brain aren't there. You think it's this funny money, and you go and you swipe, 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 and by the end of the month, you discover that you've superseded your amount. And then you have to either buckle down and pay it off, and then your interest rate goes up, and there's a lot of way to get your interest rate up. So the way I think of credit cards is like a pet little velociraptor. It's a cute little thing, like in Jurassic Park. Cute little velociraptor. It's running around your house, and you're like, oh, I can handle it. It's not a big deal. But as it gets bigger and it starts to become a full-fledged velociraptor, it'll tear your guts out. And that is the credit cards companies. That's what they will do. Now, you may say, well, Ted, you're a little jaded with the credit card companies because when you were down and out and when you got yourself into deep debt with them, they kicked you. But there's more to it than that. Then they have these rewards. And I even have relatives that are into these rewards where you spend $100,000 to get $1,000 by funneling your money through the credit cards. Well, then basically what you're doing is it's like you going and you contributing to these things that keep the poor poor. You're keeping the middle class by even being associated with credit cards because they are so evil. And all that is a little bit of cheese. It's a little bit of cheese on the trap. And there's so many ways for them to get you. I'll tell you a couple of ways that they got me. They sent me something in the mail, and I didn't know in the mail that they had changed my payment date. And so this is just one way that they got me. And bam, that trap hit me. And the next thing I know, I went from 6.9% interest to 22 point something percent interest, which made the credit card even more difficult to pay off. Now, and I also believe that it's higher than 70% of people that are in trouble with credit card. I believe there's people that are in trouble with credit cards that admit it, and there's a bunch of liars out there. That sometime along the way, they overspent. They went on a vacation and used their credit card. They spent their credit card, and they overspent and could not pay it off at the end of the month. And they're just flat out lying. Because I just can't believe that they're going to get away with grabbing the cheese every time off that trap. And they're going to be the lucky little mouse that goes through and says, oh, I never got caught by the trap. They have other traps too. And that is, they just raise your interest rate for no reason at all. You haven't even done anything wrong, and they just raise it. All of a sudden, your credit card goes from a 6.9% to a 25%. Why? Your time limit's up. Your credit is not as good as it should be. You name it, they do it. So I think credit cards are absolutely evil. I think they're abominable. I would not have a credit card. But Ted, what about protection from, like people that might steal your identity? You have the same benefits with a debit card. Same exact benefits. Absolutely guaranteed. Check into it. And I have yet run into somebody that says, you know what, I got out of debt and I got out of trouble with those credit cards. They really helped me out. No, it's just the opposite. I'm deep in debt and I have $35,000 of credit card debt. What does that tell you? I wouldn't have a credit card. And I will never have a credit card again. I believe in cash on the barrel, paying up front. I see it as a temporary loan. And you know how I feel about loans. No loans. I will never do a loan again, so therefore I will never do a credit card again. When it comes out of my debit card, which is a Visa, it's paid right then, and I feel the pain. And I keep on my strict budget, and you will never build as much wealth as you could. You might get away with it. You might be that real lucky mouse, but 70% of people out there aren't doing it. Over 70% of people are losing wealth. They're not building wealth by using a credit card. And my advice, it's just my advice to you, is stay away from loans. Stay away from credit cards. They are not your friend. You're the mouse. They've got a trap set for you, and they've studied you. They know how you spend. They know what you spend on, and they're hoping you mess up. Because when you mess up and you owe them all that interest, man, they are just raking it in. And they're making big billions and billions and billions of dollars off of Americans that are dumb enough to believe that they should spend $100,000 to get a $1,000 reward. That is just dumb. And then there's so many, I don't have time with this video, but there's so many ways for them to steal that reward from you. One mistake and the reward's gone. One time you miss the payment or something happens or there's some kind of little mistake on your part, and that reward that you would have got of $1,000 has been either really bitten into or has completely been eradicated. So my advice, and my advice alone, is get a good debit card. Pay your money up front. Pay cash on the barrel. Do not use credit cards ever, 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 ever. You spend 70% more with a credit card. It's been proven. And you're just going to never run into someone that says, you know what, I got rich, I built wealth by using a credit card. You're just not going to meet them. I challenge you to meet someone. You know, it was those credit cards. And it was me spending $1,000 and getting $10 that really, really did it for me. It was spending $100,000 and getting that $1,000 back that really built something for me with my credit cards. Why not just cut to the chase? Why do you need a middleman? Why do you need the middleman of the credit card? Build your wealth on your own. You don't need them. Anyway, have a great day. Take care. Bye.